Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. B here with Power Talk live stream. And with me, I have an amazing person with me, Dr. Cecilia Cervantes. And our topic for today is create the future that you want. And it's really going to have a different energy than what we usually have. Most of the time, we come in and we have a panel, we only talk, we share. But this time around, it's going to be completely different. We're going to challenge you, we're going to take you to that next step where you're actually going to be taking action so that you can create the future that you want. Dr. Cecilia Cervantes, thank you for being here with me. I am so delighted to have you on Power Talk live stream because you and I are just building this big partnership to help people have long lasting transformation.
Thank you. Thank you, Angelica. No, it's my pleasure because this is such an important topic right now. Everyone is sort of coming out of that cocoon and they're ready to get going and take action. And some people may be wondering, what do I do? What direction do I take? And what is it that I really want for my future, for my life?
Yeah,
And that's what we're going to talk about.
exactly. You know, when people are trying to find the best version of themselves, which is what we're talking to today, it's like finding that person that you want to become. I think that it's a challenge for a lot of people. I know that it's been a challenge for me at one point of my life where I was trying to find a new identity and connect with that part of myself that was successful. Um, you know, you and I have been reading a lot of books. We've been doing a lot of research. We've been studying how the brain functions. We've been studying um, how we develop human development and learning. Go ahead and tell people, who are you? What do you do? And why is this topic so important?
Well, I'm a physician and I've been practicing for 36 years. Internal medicine, and I did some other specializations in wound care and hyperbaric medicine, and I was helping people heal from their wounds. And the way we heal from wounds is from the inside out, and that's how we heal in general. So we have these things that bother us. We don't know what's causing it, or what's making us feel a certain way, and everything is inside of you. All the answers are there. And what we want to do is help you to discover what it is so that you can learn from it and move on and then develop that future that you want. That's just so important. Uh, I switched what I was doing in medicine because I realized that the way medicine is nowadays is that you see a patient for 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe, if you're lucky. You don't really get to know people. You don't know what's going on with them. And so much of what's happening to them in their life has to do with their emotions, with their beliefs, with their behaviors, their habits. That
Mhm.
creates their world, that creates their reality.
It does.
Absolutely. And so, how do you create the very best for yourself? And that's what we want to
Exactly.
discover. How do we do that? How do we get there?
Yeah. So, the question is that when people want to create their future, the first step that they need to do is really find themselves. Because, one of the books that I love to read is Cycle Cybernetics with Maxwell Maltz. He was an MD also, Dr. Cecilia. And basically, I'm just going to read from here because he says this is necessary condition in order for you to find your best self. He says the necessary condition, personality transformation, regardless of the methods and theories used. He says somehow before a person can change, and I'm going to add she, must see himself or herself in that new role. So, in other words, they have to be the future self in order to start creating the future that they want. Right? Don't you agree, Dr.
Oh,
Cecilia?
absolutely. Exactly. And people have done this before. They just didn't realize what they were doing when they really, really, really wanted something. And they just kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And they could see themselves doing that thing that they wanted to do or having that thing they wanted to have. And then suddenly, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
They have a creative process. They may not be in touch with the strategy of what that process is. And that's what we want to help you find, is the strategy to getting what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want to help you to really strategize and how do you begin to do that inner work? Because Dr. Maxwell Maltz says that you have to begin to find that future self. But one of the problems that we see that limits us and stops us from achieving the future that we want or finding our future self is really limiting beliefs, habits, attitudes, and the behaviors, and even the actions that we take begins to stop us from achieving what we want to become, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There's some emotions and some beliefs that are inside of us. We are not maybe conscious of it, but they're there. They keep us from getting to our goals because they're obstacles. We have to discover, what are the obstacles? How can you overcome an obstacle when you don't know it exists? Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I'm going to keep referring to this book just because I'm fascinated with the content. And Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he was a surgeon. So what he actually did, he would do plastic surgery on people. And as he was doing plastic surgery, even when the individuals, the people that he did the plastic surgery, they looked good with the new physical appearance, they still felt it wasn't good enough, that he didn't do a good work on that plastic surgery. So what he found out is that when they felt that way, it was really, they needed to work on beliefs and emotions that were making them feel and think that they needed more surgeries or more work on themselves. You really have to do deep work so that you can begin to see the results that you want.
You have to understand, what are the beliefs that are there. You may not realize it consciously, but subconsciously, these beliefs are there in our unconscious mind. Our unconscious mind holds our beliefs, and we may not be aware of them consciously. So we have to kind of tease them out. What is it that you really believe about yourself? Do you believe that you can be successful, or don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And then how can you overcome that? How can you overcome that obstacle? Because it's in your way and it's not allowing you to go forward.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I know that I've had patients say to me, and this always really caught me, they would say, I know what to do, I just don't do it. And I'd say, well, why not? And they say, I don't know, I just don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unconscious.
Yeah. Or the other thing that I run across with constantly is when I'm working with clients is they want to achieve something, and like you were talking about, they don't take the action, or they don't take the right action because a lot of times they don't know what they don't know, right?
Right.
Because it's there at a very deep subconscious level that they have no awareness that there's maybe some beliefs, there might be some strategies that they're not even aware that they need to take, and they have no resources at all. So if you don't have resources, you can't be resourceful and be able to achieve and take action towards what you want.
Exactly.
I know that in one of the
what
practices.
motivates you to take action?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Right. What motivates you? Motivated differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we're having a little delay, right? But yeah. And in the practice, we both practice neuro-linguistic programming. And in one of the strategies that we use, it's
Yes.
we're asking people, well, are you getting closer to what you want, or are you moving away from what you want? So I think people need to have that awareness as well. It's like, are they finding the best version of themselves? Are they getting closer, or are they getting further away?
And why? And why are they getting further away? What are they motivated by? Are they motivated by the carrot or the stick?
Mm.
What
Mm.
motivates you to take action and to get to your goals? Is it when
Mm.
you're like in a state of panic? It's like, oh no, I've got to get this done. That's the
Mm.
stick. Or are you thinking about goals and moving towards them? Even if
Mhm.
it's one step at a time, you're going in the right direction. And you're motivated by the things you want for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that when people begin to be aware, I think awareness is a big piece. For those of you that are listening, I mean, we're talking about create the future that you want. And before you even find and create the future that you want, you need to be able to find the best version of you. You need to step into the role or step into your future self in order for you to begin to achieve what you want. So those of you that are joining, if you have any questions, you can ask them. If you have any comments, go ahead and comment below, and then we'll come back and reply. We do want to take you to a private group where you can feel more comfortable in asking questions. And I'm going to share the link right here. So you can go to this link below and be able to join our group privately. And there you might feel more comfortable. If not, you can post the comments here. But over there, we're going to give you an activity to take you deeper for these 5 days, because we're going to be showing up for you to help you begin to create the future that you want and to be able to find that best version of you. Yeah. Do you want to share anything, Dr. Cecilia?
Well, you know what I want to share is that we've had a kind of a rough patch the last 2 years, and we've spent a lot of time perhaps thinking about things and maybe alone or doing other things that we normally would not have done. We have had a lot of time on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a great time as we're coming out of this period to start planning your future, because you can create what you want, but you've got to plan it, and then you've got to take action. Just like you said, you have to take action or else it's not going to happen. And right now we have the ability to take action, to get out there and start creating things. We have to really decide what it is that you really want. What's your heart's desire? What do you want for your career? What do you want for your relationships? All areas of life. It's important to decide what do you want in each part of your life so that you can make plans to move in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
If there's some emotions that are keeping you back, we need to get to that and find out what it is. And there are ways of dealing with that. It's not difficult, and it's not strenuous or painful. And that's where, going back to the neuro-linguistic programming, where there are things that we can do to help you get there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Absolutely.
So we can help you get there. And that's why we're here showing up for you, because we want to help you begin to achieve what you want. And we're going to ask you to join that Manifestation Lab private group, where we're going to be giving you more exercises and we'll come in and be more specific. So one of the things that we want you to do, like Dr. Cecilia said, is really we want you to journal and write, what do you want? Like, what do you truly want in those 5 areas, right, of your life? You have health, education, business, spirituality, and relationships. I mean, what do you want? and be very specific as to what you want. Once you decide what you want, then we want you to monitor your beliefs, so if you can create some columns, and we're going to give you more guidance in that private group, then you're going to begin to journal beliefs or emotions, feelings that are attached to this. And let's give you an example. Let's say that you're thinking of money. You're like, okay, I want to make so much money. But then there's a feeling like, that's too much. There's no way I'm going to get that much. I'm not going to be able to find a job, right, that's going to pay me that much. So that's a belief that you're starting to have. So you have to figure out what are the feelings attached to it, right? What are the emotions that are showing up? And you begin to jot them down. Just begin to have awareness. That's all we're asking you for today. And then the more you practice it, the more awareness you have. And then we're going to tell you what to continue to do tomorrow. But you're going to have to be showing up for this challenge. And if you're watching the replay, let us know that you're watching the replay as well. Do you want to add anything, Dr. Cecilia?
Yeah, it's very important to eke out and write out what are the emotions that are going on with you right now. What are you believing about yourself? These are the obstacles, and the only way to get around them is to be aware of them, as you said, so that we can deal with them. We can deal with them. And awareness is really the key here. Self-awareness. Who are you deep inside? What is it that you really, really want? Who are you as a person deep inside? You're not just this label, mom or dad or sister or, boss or doctor, lawyer, whatever. I mean, you are yourself. You are a unique being, and you have unique issues that keep you from getting to where you want to go. And that's what we want to work on. So journal as much as you like, write whatever you want. It's all good.
Yes. Yeah. So we want you to journal, and that's going to be the challenge. So the challenge is journaling, like jotting down what you want, capturing, beliefs, emotions. It's like when you have grapes, you have to be able to get the grape you want, because it could be very slippery. And if you don't pull that grape that you want to eat, or that belief that you want to work with, it could slip through your hands, it could slip through your unconscious mind, and then you can't really break it away or really recognize, is that true for me now, right? So that you can have a breakthrough and begin to actually manifest and create what you want. So what we're going to ask that you come back tomorrow. We're going to be here for 5 days at the same time, 7 p.m. Central. And it's called Create the Future You Want. So come, show up. We're going to ask you to invite your friends to like, to comment, and to share, because believe me, you will help someone out there that is waiting to listen for this specific talk today. So we're going to close it up. Dr. Cecilia, do you want to say anything before we close our challenge today?
Yes, I will just look at all areas of life, the one that's most important to you, or all of them: career, family, spirituality, health and fitness, personal growth and development, and relationships. They're all important, but what's most important to you now? Concentrate on what you believe is going to help you get where you want to go.
Yes, yes. And I just want to say that it's really important that you focus on all areas of life, because you begin to have a balance in everything. You don't want to do what I did once, where I was very focused in education, very focused in business, and I lacked focusing on my health. So you want to be able to focus on everything to really boost balance and have a great life, in both business, health, spirituality, and everything. So again, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cecilia, for being here. And I know that we're going to come back tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you, Dr. Cecilia. And you have a very good day or good evening wherever you are in the world, and we will come back tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everyone.